Hi, this is Kate Scanlan and you're tuning in to the Sofa Sessions podcast. Today we're live at Popin Pete's Pop Shop in Croydon as part of This is Croydon, the London Borough of Culture. Today's podcast is produced by the Capsule.ldn. I hope you enjoy listening to this episode. If you like what you hear, please follow us and share with your friends. We have lots to say. As ever, peace and love. I think it's really powerful. I was talking about the intergenerational space that we create. And obviously you are a dancer, choreographer. You started when you were 16 and you're now 62. And you have seen you've seen so much. We've been talking about like the social change of America that you have lived through. And then your dance experiences, like the way in which the dance industry has changed, the way that, popping was something of its own independence, but now for the majority they see popping as part of hip-hop. Right. But the original hip-hop heads would say, no, breaking is hip-hop, popping is something different, and then there was pop locking, and things like that came out over the years. So I'm just really interested, not to talk about all of that, but just for you to talk to us a little bit about. There's a boxing gym over there, by the way, if you're wondering about the background sounds. They're having a great time in a boxing gym. And actually, you know what? As an aside, yesterday, one of the Team GB, so Boxes for Britain, he trains in that gym, and he came and did your class.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's coming back with his friends tomorrow. He really
cool.
enjoyed it. But back to the point, I'd really like you to talk a little bit about, how do you sustain a career? What has been your career? What are the highlights?
Ooh.
Lowlights?
See, I'm going to be talking for about an hour then.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to condense it. Yeah, let me try to condense it. I mean, the highlights of my career is March of 1978. That's the highlight. You probably, you guys probably wondering like, well, what artist or what did he do that made that date so important? That's the day that I was starting to learn how to pop from my brother Boogaloo Sam. Without that month or that year, I wouldn't be sitting on this sofa. So I don't care how many artists I've worked with. I don't care who they are. None of those moments eclipse when I learned how to do this dance from my brother, because without my brother Boogaloo Sam, there's no Popin Pete, and there's no Pete traveling the world. There's no Popin Pete Pop Shop. There's none of that. So that's the highlight of my career. Now, there is moments and great experiences that I've gone through, working with Michael Jackson, I work with Janet, I've worked with, artist-wise, traveled the world. I mean, but in doing all that, I had to stay humble about it, because I was always taught, even by my parents, don't get bigger than what you think you are, because somebody always can bring you down. Am I happy about my career, traveling the world? Yes. But I try to from the time of being 16 to 62, I try to, use, my lineage or whatever it is, 'cause I've been doing it 46 years now. But every one of those experiences is just a additive to my love of what I do. Again, Sam kicked me off, and I appreciate and love my brother for that. And I love the fact that when I first saw popping, I fell in love with the dance, with the motion, with the movement, with all that. So I carry that first love even now into when I'm here dancing. I still dance with the spirit of the 16-year-old Pete inside of me. I cannot detach that. And for those out here listening to this, anything that you do in life, if you do it for love, and I don't care how many years you do it, keep the love there. That should carry you all the way. That's what carries me. I have bad knees. I get, get like, dang, maybe I can't do this again anymore. Then I remember, why did you get into this? Oh, you love what your brother was doing, right? Yes. So I'm gonna do it. Skeeter Rabbit said something to me, and we talked about, I should say. Skeeter Rabbit used to always say, Pete, we're gonna do this until the wheels fall off or till the casket drops. His casket dropped 2006. Prior to that, he told me, you're the reason why I do this. Pete, you're the reason why a lot of people around the world do this. But in my humbleness, I look and say, oh, okay. Because I'm never gonna be that person, even if people tell me that, because I'm still this young guy that's wanted to be like his brother. That's all I wanted to dance. It wasn't about me being better than him. It was me being a part of what he was doing. So all these other achievements, these artists I've worked with means nothing to me. And I don't mean that Michael Jackson is not nothing. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is those are jobs. Those was work. I appreciate who they are. But you're not more important than Boogaloo Sam to me. That is who I was birthed dance-wise from. So that's the moment for me, the best.
Nice. And you said something this week, actually. I think it was on Tuesday. Well, you said it to me when we were going to the radio interview at the BBC on Monday, but you spoke to the class about it on Tuesday, and you were saying that you are, I'm not sure I'm going to get it exactly right, so you can reframe it, but you were talking about how you are your greatest inspiration and motivator, and you are also your harshest critic. And that's something I hear a lot from the original pioneers who are still active, in that, you get props, you get jobs, you get flown around the world, but it's not the thing that fuels and feeds you. Because I think to keep innovating and to watch your style over the years, and you've done a lot of talking about heritage and lineage over the week so far, it's like you always feel like you're always relevant. And when I speak to other pioneers, I see that they often say, yeah, because I'm still the student, I'm still innovating, because I'm still working things out, I'm still learning, you're in that mode of inspiration, and whether people like what you do or not isn't the driving factor. And I feel like that is something that was really powerful to me where I am in my life at the moment. To hear you saying that, I was like, yeah, interesting.
I mean, yeah, because, we coming into, doing anything, you don't have to be just dance, it could be acting. I've done my share of little acting. I've worked in regular jobs. I've cleaned toilets, I've swept floors, I've cleaned stadiums, I've done practically a lot of different things. But when it comes to dance, and it comes to me being in this dance atmosphere or place, I've always been, I was taught to look at yourself before, or criticize yourself first before you start criticizing others. Because there's people literally out here that can talk about other people dance. Oh, I'm better than him. But then I look at their dance and says, you speak more about something like but your skills doesn't match your rhetoric that you're speaking. I'm a person who says I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm like I said, I'm my worst critic. I'm my best cheerleader. I am like you were saying about the motivation and inspiration. I am self-inspired and self-motivated. I started understanding these things about myself. This is like 20, 30 years ago, because when you're coming up and you're young and you want the accolades from people to say, oh, you're good. Oh, look, oh, you're so good. And then that what fuels people. And some people get so caught up in wanting that from someone that they can't move on their own, So I started saying, I don't need anyone to tell me the word go but me. No one's gonna tell me when I need to retire but me. So my thing is I'm always going to motivate myself, but I'm also going to be the first one to say, Pete, that solo you did sucked. And I don't care if people come to me and say, oh, that was a dope solo you did. I go, thank you. But in here, I got to go work. I got to work on it. I didn't do this. I didn't feel that. That wasn't the feeling I wanted. So I'm always trying to be better. Trying to be better than I was 10 seconds ago, 10 minutes ago, 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm always trying to achieve, an eclipse, the eclipse. If you are a dancer out here and you are, I call them the people who are content. You are content to be on this level when people put you there. They put you on a pedestal like, oh my God, you're the greatest popper dancer, the so-and-so in the world. And you stay right where they want you to be. They give you the praise. You're happy to be there. But I'm not happy to be there. I'm happy to be here. Then I'm happy to be here. So that's my drive. I'm always going to be there until the casket drop.